Stunning news out of Los Angeles. One of the Dodgers' biggest investments has just been labeled one of the worst contracts in all of MLB. That's right, the club's massive $182 million signing is now under heavy fire from analysts and insiders who say the deal hasn't lived up to expectations. Injuries, underperformance, and declining impact have turned what was once seen as a game-changing move into a serious financial burden. Fans are divided. Some still believe there's hope, others are calling it a mistake the front office can't ignore. With the spotlight now fully on this deal, the pressure is rising fast. Could this be the Dodgers' biggest regret in years? This story is far from over. This was supposed to be a blockbuster, a franchise cornerstone. The kind of move that reminded the league that the Dodgers don't just chase championships, they buy them. But now, just a few seasons later, that same $182 million contract is being dragged through the mud by national media, analysts, and even some frustrated fans. The player? Gavin Lux? Tyler Glasnow? Nope. The answer is Mookie Betts. Yes, believe it or not, a contract that was once hailed as a bold, brilliant investment in one of baseball's most electrifying talents is now being ranked among the worst in all of Major League Baseball by multiple publications. And the backlash is growing louder. So what happened? Let's rewind. When the Dodgers signed Mookie Betts to a 12-year, $365 million extension in 2020, it was seen as a masterstroke. Betts was coming off a World Series win with the Red Sox, a former MVP, an elite defender, a base-stealing threat, and a charismatic star who checked every single box. The Dodgers had finally added a true superstar to complement their deep, homegrown core. And for the first couple years, Betts delivered. The Dodgers won a title in the pandemic-shortened 2020 season. He posted MVP-caliber numbers. He made defensive plays that lit up highlight reels. He looked like a bargain, yes, even at $365 million. But then, something shifted. Fast forward to the 2024 and 2025 seasons, and Betts' production, especially in high-leverage moments and the postseason, has left many scratching their heads. His WAR dropped. His OBP dipped. Injuries crept in. And perhaps most concerning of all, his transition to the infield raised eyebrows, and not in a good way. Betts, once the league's top right fielder, made the unexpected move to play shortstop, a position he hadn't manned regularly since high school. And the results? Inconsistent. Sometimes promising. Often shaky. And definitely not what you want from your $30 million a year franchise anchor. Now, let's be clear, Mookie Betts is still one of the most talented players in baseball. He's respected in the locker room. He's a leader. He's a class act. But the question that scouts and insiders are now asking is this: was this contract ever going to age well? And right now, the answer from many corners of the MLB world is a resounding no. In a brutal breakdown published by The Athletic, Betts' contract was listed among the top 5 worst long-term deals in baseball. Not because of who he is, but because of what's left. Remember, Mookie is locked in through 2032. That's 7 more years. 7 more seasons of elite pay for a player who, while still valuable, may already be past his peak. And it's not just one outlet saying this. ESPN recently did a mid-season contract reevaluation, and Betts' deal was once again slapped with a label, overpaid. Now ask yourself, how did we get here? Well, it's a combination of things. First, Betts' body is beginning to show signs of wear. He's played over a decade of hard, all-out baseball. That takes a toll. Back issues, lower body tightness, and most recently, a hand injury that sidelined him for critical games. It all adds up. Second, the Dodgers' own roster construction plays a part. When you have to absorb the contracts of players like Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, and Betts all at once, the expectations are sky high. And if even one of those players falters or underperforms, fans notice. Analysts notice. And those $30 million paychecks start to look bloated. Third, there's the defensive shift. Betts moving to shortstop was both a strategic and symbolic gamble. It represented flexibility, sure, but it also opened the door to criticism. Because when the team starts losing, when errors happen, when games slip away, people point fingers. And fair or not, Betts has taken heat. Some have compared the deal to Albert Pujols' contract with the Angels, another long-term mega deal that started hot and aged like milk. Others say it's not that dramatic yet, but the red flags are waving. And loud. So what does this mean for the Dodgers going forward? Well, they're not trading Betts. That's not happening. He's still the face of the franchise in many ways. But it does mean that the pressure is mounting. Front office execs are now being asked to reevaluate the value-to-cost ratio of Betts' deal. And as the club tries to stay competitive in a league where young, cheap talent is king, having over $180 million tied up in an aging star isn't ideal. Remember, this is the same front office that let Corey Seager walk. That let Tree Turner walk. That's not because they don't value talent. It's because they're obsessed with cap flexibility and long-term planning. So the whispers have begun. Could the Dodgers eventually move Betts back to right field to prolong his career? Could they reduce his innings? Could they shift his role to one of leadership, mentorship, and rotational depth rather than elite, everyday usage? It's possible. Because at this point, what matters most to the Dodgers isn't optics, it's winning. And when your $182 million man isn't producing at elite levels, that's a problem. So here we are. A contract that once felt like the future now feels like a weight. Mookie Betts, still elite in many ways, is being held to impossible standards. But that's what happens when you wear Dodger blue, earn a superstar paycheck, and represent the dreams of millions. And here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. The Dodgers may have signed this contract with their heart, not their head. But now, the head has to take over. Adjustments must be made. And unless Betts has a second wind, a career resurgence, the media scrutiny will only grow louder. Still, the Dodgers don't panic. That's not their style. They strategize. They adapt. They pivot. And you can bet, behind closed doors, the front office is already preparing the next phase of roster management, one where Mookie Betts is still part of the picture but maybe not the centerpiece. So what do you think, Dodgers Nation? Was the Mookie Betts contract a mistake? Or is this just a mid-career dip and he'll bounce back? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you believe Mookie still has greatness left in